All right, let's talk about all the crazy fraud that's being getting uncovered day by day. I remember all this gaslighting about when Trump was elected. There was Dodge, try to audit the books of the government, try to see if there must be a bunch of fraud or whatever. They're left with screaming bloody murder. So much gaslighting, saying, "Oh, every single cent is accounted for, and every single cent, is doing good, and this and that. What are you looking for? What is there to see here?" Well, obviously, they had every political incentive or try to make them look stupid, like try to make them look like they're just wasting people's time and money or just ruining the whole government and you're like messing up like such a pristine, well-oiled running machine. Well, you got this guy with just a YouTube channel and a flip phone camera going to Minnesota and uncovering like a $8 to $9 billion scam with like all these fraudulent daycare centers. But that's just tip of the iceberg. There's ACA when people were debating the ACA subsidies. 1/3 of the people on AC that's getting ACA subsidies, 1/3 of the marketplace, they're kind of like ghost accounts, meaning insurance companies getting paid, the person that signed them up, the insurance agent probably got a commission, but nobody because of the if they signed up a person that's poor or dead or whatever, they never filed any kind of claim. That's 1/3 of the marketplace. Never use the insurance. Now you could say, oh well, there's probably a bunch of like super young and healthy people just never needed to file a claim. But come on, I mean that's just beyond reasonable. You have New York. Let's see, in New York, you have New York had 18 million people back in 1988 on Medicare. They used $10 billion. Now the population has doubled, but they spend $120 billion on Medicaid. Taxpayers getting completely bilked and ripped off. You have just a couple hours ago, another story broke. HUD is doing an internal investigation for housing, and a bunch of again dead people or people that don't qualify. They have $5 billion in suspicious payments. So, what is the moral of the story? It's like clearly, even though no matter how much they try to gaslight you, saying that all the money is accounted for and everything is up and up and whatever, it's just how the famous investor Charlie Munger said, "Show me the incentives and I'll show you the outcome." And the incentives are you have taxpayer money, you just dole it out, you get the votes or whatever, but do you have any incentive uncovering fraud or policing people or just because that causes a lot of that's a lot of effort and that's not their money. So why do they care?